And my uncle had his own unit, but me and my grandma were living together, and his apartment had several tunnelways, secret compartments, doors. It was insane. And I'm like, at the time, what are y'all trying to hide? And he's like, girl, this is Mob Town. What do you think they were trying to hide? All of the casino's basements, all of the abandoned parts of some of these casinos, because y'all be thinking that all of these casinos are fully functioning. No, they have spaces that have not been used in years because they're too haunted, especially downtown. But all of their basements and different things like that are haunted because the mob was taking down people that owed them and unaliving them. It was totally unhinged, and it still is. Not only that, our city, the Strip, has literally been sitting on underground tunnels for forever. Underground tunnels that the mob used to escape police, evade, whoever, right? And it goes like over 600 miles out of the city. And since those tunnels are just like vacant and nobody's driving down there necessarily anymore that we know of, our houseless population have taken refuge underneath there. And when it rains in Las Vegas, because we have no real drainage system, it floods down there. And a lot of our houseless population expire. And whenever they expire, some of their souls, some of their spirits stay down there. Not only that, we have what we call the Men in Black who meet down there. And if you ask any houseless person that lives in our underground tunnels who the Men in Black are, they will tell you they are aliens. They are reptiles. Don't forget, we are down the street from Area 51. Okay? And you know what happens whenever you astral project there. You get knocked back out. It's like a force field. Can't get in that bitch, okay? In 2017, we experienced one of the deadliest mass shooting at a festival called Route 91, where a lot of people were unalived by a gunman that they claimed did this, but us locals know better as well because they blamed it on that old man, who will not be named here because this is not about him. But there were other gunmen in other hotels at the same time as this shooting. Las Vegas is unhinged. And whenever you start lying on people and lying about how people were unalived, you're about to like set yourself up to fuck around and find out. Because us locals know that old man didn't do that. But that's for another video. We have wandering spirits all over our city that wander into your house, spirit that does not belong to you, and especially us spiritualists, because we do venerate our dead. We do talk to our dead. We do spend time with our dead. So then somebody else is dead who's just wandering around still earthbound will be in our house as a full body apparition. Trust me, it has happened to me. Haunted museums, haunted buildings, haunted hotels, the police not properly exposing or investigating allegedly unalivings because it looks bad for the city. So those spirits never get justice. They're always just wandering. It is a portal here. And if you're a spiritualist or sensitive, I highly recommend when you come here, wear a hat, wrap your head, wear a covering, wear a wig, baby. I don't care. Make sure that your crown is covered. It's so bad that I'm pretty sure if you've ever been to Vegas, 99% of the time you have laid your head in a hotel that someone has either died in or that is haunted. It's certain rooms, certain floors, certain hallways, corridors that are haunted. So we're going to watch some TikTok videos of locals and other people just explaining how it works here, what hauntings are here, and what you should do when you come here. And as always, I will be linking the creators in the description of this video. Please go give them a follow, show support. This first creator goes by 11Noah1111, aka the Black Cauldron, and she is the best content creator here and on TikTok. Okay, I play entirely too much. I'm sorry, y'all. But the first video is mine, and I'm going to be talking about how Las Vegas, in specific, the Luxor, is haunted as hell. Just listen to what I said. Y'all ever hear about, in my opinion, the most haunted city in America? You have, get your popcorn, or cocktail, or chips ready. Hi, my name is Noah, and I'm a spooky spiritualist, and on my page I talk about death, spiritual reparations, haunted people, places, and things, and how you can fuck around and find out. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow me now. So I'm sure if you're still here, you're wondering, what is the most haunted city in America? I'm talking about Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. I know, you don't believe me because you've never seen it with your own eyes. But as a local and someone who has lived here since 2011 and traveled here frequently because my whole family lived here as a child, I'm here to tell you, Las Vegas is the most haunted city I've ever read about. On today's episode of The House Always Wins, we have the Luxor Hotel and Casino. The Luxor is located on the Las Vegas Strip and is dedicated to the cultural influence of ancient Egypt. The Luxor is the third largest pyramid in the world and was built in 1993. Even though Luxor is a baby casino, only shy of 30 years old, it has had a number of unexplained suicides, murders, and deaths. Word on the Strip is that it's the most haunted casino in town. I beg to differ, but it is very haunted. And not only is it said to be haunted, it's said to be cursed as well. The sky beam that's emitted from the top of the Luxor is that of the brightest in the world. At its full capacity, you can see this from outer space, which is also said to attract negative energies, low vibrational creatures, and bad spirits. It's also said that it's cursed because a bunch of colonizers didn't know what they were doing when they were building this place. Not paying attention to crucial detail will get your ass beat. There is a giant sphinx that protects the interests of the Luxor, but there's something missing. Another sphinx. According to texts that are ancient, sphinx come in pairs for a reason, which gave this place a lot of bad juju. First of all, you tried to outdo real pyramids, all right? And then you didn't even follow directions. Reading is fundamental. This was public information, and it was a spit in the spirit's face. Tourists, visitors, and locals who were down on their luck for some reason chose the Luxor to unalive themselves. And you never know. The news isn't reporting it. Nobody's talking about it. You'll never see the body go out of the front door. There is a specialized corridor for police, fire, rescue to go through in all of the casinos here. And I say all. You will never see a dead body coming out of a casino because they don't want to ruin the essence of Vegas. So they take the bodies out of there. Okay? Trust me on that. A police officer told me that. Because you're less likely to want to go stay at a casino hotel where there's a bullet hole, or where brain matter was, or where someone threw themselves off of a railing, because all that happened at the Luxor. But even though Las Vegas wants to keep dirty little secret that the city is haunted as hell, obviously rumor gets out because not everybody is from Las Vegas and they're ready to tell their story. Let's get to the spooky tea. In 2007, a man was killed by a homemade pipe bomb in a Luxor. He worked at the Nathan's hot dog stand in the food court. There is a woman who is blonde that haunts this hotel casino, mainly the corridors and hallways, right, of the hotel portion, specifically the 12th floor. Guests wake up to being choked, literally gasping for air. And when they pop their eyes open, it's an angry, ghostly-looking blonde choking the shit out of them. And when they finally get the strength to sit up, there's no one in the room with them. The Luxor used to have an attraction called the Nile River Tour, but where it was so haunted with the construction workers that died building this place that they shut it down. The ghosts made them shut it down. The Luxor also has over 300 artifacts from the Titanic. And people report seeing passengers trying to take their shit back. Literally people dressed in old-timey clothes that look very ghostly, very unalive, trying to take their stuff back from the exhibit. This shit is unhinged over at the Luxor. Guests also claim to see Frederick Fleet, who was an actual lookout for the Titanic and committed suicide in 1965, still looking out for the artifacts and pieces that they did bring up from the bottom of the ocean. It's also haunted by a woman who in 1996 jumped to her death from the 26th floor. Child, I'm gonna go down there. I'm thinking I want to go down there because I'm trying to fuck around and find out and see some shit so I can report back. But if you're ever in Las Vegas, you are more than welcome to visit the Luxor or book a room. Do good, be good, and be safe out in these Las Vegas streets. Hey, babe. Hell yes, absolutely. And I'm getting a lot of comments like this because people are genuinely surprised because you would never know this information unless you are in the paranormal community, a spiritualist, or you live here. Las Vegas will never come out and say our shit is haunted. because they want you to come here, gamble all your money, drink up all their booze on the house, of course, keep you drunk, and for you to have a good time. Because that's the basis that the mob built this whole city on, is booze, money, gambling, fun. And if this came up on your For You page with no context, I believe, in my humblest opinion, that Las Vegas is the most haunted city in America. And cursed. And here's why. Nearly all, if not all, of the strip casinos are haunted. All of them. All of them have some kind of death on their property. And the spirits just linger there. And if you are a clairvoyant or a medium or whichever, you will feel that thickness. And just forget downtown. Downtown is a whole damn portal. Our bars that are standalone bars, our museums, our strip club, even a fucking strip club ain't safe. Those are haunted too. If you think about it, no other city in the world has as many haunted buildings as Las Vegas does. And did you know that Las Vegas sits on a bunch of even more haunted tunnels? And most of y'all, if y'all have ever stayed in a hotel casino, have passed right over and by them. You could literally go into the parking garage of the Link and get down to the tunnels underneath the strip. And these tunnels run 700 miles outside of our town. They tell us that it's because we don't have a real storm drain system, but it's bullshit. You can literally drive cars down there. And do you know who lives down there? Our houseless population. And even they're afraid to live down there, but they have nowhere else to go. Demons, spirits, and apparently our reptilian population meet down there as well. The locals call them the Men in Black. No one also talks about how much alien activity we have here in Las Vegas, which shouldn't surprise anybody since Area 51 is around the corner. But now they're getting so bold where they be in our backyards. Like literally, in the backyards. And then don't forget, all of this was Native American land that we built houses over. People are literally buying houses that are newly developed houses in newly developed communities where nobody's ever lived in it, and they're haunted as fuck. So between the ghosts and spirits, the demons, the aliens, all of the haunted buildings, because there are hundreds of them, the tunnels that thousands of houseless people have passed away in, plus the land that we basically stole from natives or desecrated their burial sites. Yes, it is the most haunted. It is cursed land. And I noticed that spiritualists that live here have a very, very rough time. I have had several spiritual attacks, physical, spiritual attacks against myself, in my household, in my family. It's a lot. But Las Vegas, they don't care. They do not care. Okay? They don't care. I was actually thinking about doing a series on Vegas, but I may end up missing. Too good to be good.
I grew up always on the bigger side as a kid. I was always slightly thicker, big bone.
Silly colonizers forgot to build another Sphinx. All that stuff that I said in that video is 100% true. So many people died building that thing. Listen, when I go in there, like, I've only been in there a handful of times. I get the fuck out. I hurry up and go. I'm gone because that place feels heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. The next video comes from an account called Vegas Feeds, and they are going over the top 3 hotels that are haunted in Las Vegas. I feel like we should have done a top 10, but either way, just listen to what he says and why they're haunted.
Here are the top 3 most haunted casinos on the Las Vegas Strip and their cropped stories. Number 3 is Bally's. This is mostly due to the huge fire that took the lives of 86 people back when it was an MGM Grand in 1980. Number 2 is Circus Circus. The evil clown theme is just the beginning. From its inception till now, there have been tons of reports of creepy occurrences at this hotel. Number 1 is, of course, the Luxor. This place got it wrong from the very beginning, from hidden deaths during its construction to rumors of being built on burial grounds. This cursed theme takes the award for most haunted casino in Las Vegas and possibly the world.
I'd like to add to Circus Circus, there is a local story that only locals kind of know about a mother back in like the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in that time frame, took her son on a vacation here in Vegas and unalived herself and him in a room at the Circus Circus, and that their spirits wander. You hear a child, a woman crying, that kind of activity. I have stayed at Circus Circus before, and as a child and an adult. But as an adult, I was like, thank God this room was only $30. Never again. It's raggedy, it's creepy, it's outdated, and it feels like you're constantly being watched. I needed a hotel room for the night. It served its purpose, but I definitely was a little spooked going through the halls at night. The next video comes from an account called Spooks and Ghouls, and she is telling us about some of the unheard of places in Las Vegas that are absolutely haunted. I'm telling y'all, when I say this place, everything is... Just watch.
The most haunted places in Las Vegas? Let's do this. Guys, if you are into the paranormal or anything horror, make sure you hit that follow button. One of the most haunted spots, apparently, in Las Vegas is the corner of Flamingo and Colville. This is unfortunately the corner where Tupac Shakur was unalived. To this day, it remains a mystery as to who shot Tupac. He was shot 4 times, and he passed away 6 days later in the hospital. People still claim to see images of a ghostly-like figure wearing a bandana at that corner. Rest in peace, Tupac. Next, we have Rhyolite Ghost Town. This is actually one of the most popular ghost towns in the United States. This area was abandoned in the early 1900s. Those that visit claim to see spirits wandering. Next up, we have the Hoover Dam. I actually didn't know this one. Between 1931 and 1936, there were around over 100 workers that were killed during the construction of the dam. Also, back in January of 2014, a woman who was visiting from Tempe, Arizona, apparently jumped off the side of this dam. People claim to see spirits of the construction workers as well as this woman. Yikes. If you would like to see most haunted places in your city, go ahead and drop your state, and I will absolutely get to it as soon as I can. And remember to follow. Thank you for watching.
I rode through that ghost town, did not stop, of course, but it looked super creepy. I would never drive through it at night, as well as the Hoover Dam. That place is weird, okay? If you Google pictures of the Hoover Dam, it looks like there's some sort of like satanic statue. I'm going to try to insert a picture right here because something's wrong with that. And an honorary mention that she did not catch. Lake Mead is absolutely haunted. Let me tell you something. The natives that they stole this land from is making us run out of water. We do not have enough water. We got to borrow water, okay? And it is just drying up. And you know what's coming up whenever it dries up? Bodies. People that's been missing since the 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s. That's why we don't drink the water here. Not only is it shitty water and it's hard water, it has bodies in it. This next account goes by Heart Starts Pounding, and they are talking about the Flamingo Hotel and Casino.
Get a free iPhone 7 or Galaxy S9 with free unlimited data, talk, and text every month.
Las Vegas has a dark and haunted past, but one of its darkest stories takes place at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. The Flamingo is a time capsule, part Palm Springs Desert Oasis, part zoo. Look, real flamingos. It's actually the oldest casino on the Strip, and it almost never existed. Also, no one knows who killed the man who created it.
So Bugsby Siegel was a mobster who came to Las Vegas in 1945 chasing his love of gambling.
And he already had quite the reputation. He formed Murder Inc., that little group of contract killers that maybe killed over 1,000 people. Bugsy took over construction from the original owner, and rumor has it he named it the Flamingo after his mistress's red hair and long legs. Construction costs started soaring. First it was $1.6 million, then it was $4 million, then it was $6 million. All of this money was borrowed by Bugsy from the mob, which would have been fine, except 2 weeks after the Flamingo opened, it closed its doors. Business was terrible. Eventually, it reopened its doors to huge success, but it was already too late. The mob saw this as a loss. Also, they found out Bugsy had been pocketing a lot of the costs. On June 20th, 1947, Bugsy was shot through the window of his Beverly Hills home. Visitors say they can still see his ghost walking around at night, but you'll have to see for yourself.
Bugsy is not the only spirit that's there. There's plenty of them. Y'all need to start talking to y'all friends that live in Las Vegas and work in these casinos, and they'll tell you. Like, doors open at that casino, drawers opening and closing. It's haunted. Because it's old. It's the oldest of the old. But that whole thing with the mob, I'm telling you, Murder Inc., they wasn't playing. Okay, so it's definitely haunted. This next video comes from an account under Twin Paranormal, and I'm praying I don't get copyrighted for that music in the background. But they are exploring room 666 in Circus Circus. I don't know what makes people lose their damn mind at Circus Circus. Maybe because the rooms are just so cheap, but that room is haunted. Watch.
Police are looking for this man caught on surveillance cameras inside an elevator at Circus Circus.
Circus, 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 circus.
Circus, 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 circus. A couple was found stabbed to death at Circus Circus Hotel and Casino.
Was there a knife involved?
Yes.
Yes!
666.
No, you're not.
Hotel room 666 in Circus Circus is the devil's room. What the?
I will never stay there again. It was a shithole anyway, but when I was a kid, it was fun, it looked big, they got circus acts. It's very good if you have children and it's convenient because the music park is literally attached to it. But trust me on this, take them to the amusement park part, but just stay somewhere else. This next video comes from an account called Take Me There Now 2024, and they are talking about the Horseshoe, formerly known as Bally's, formerly known as the MGM Grand.
The haunted Horseshoe, Las Vegas. Yes, it is haunted. In 1980, one of the most tragic events in Las Vegas history occurred inside the original MGM Grand Resort. A raging fire engulfed one of their hotel towers that caused the horrifying death of 85 people. The building was eventually rebuilt, sold, and renamed Bally's, and more recently renamed the Horseshoe Las Vegas. Guests who stay in the refurbished North Tower claim they have experienced the overwhelming smell of smoke and the sounds of people screaming from down the hallway, making Horseshoe Las Vegas one of the scariest haunted hotels in Las Vegas. The most chilling, ghostly encounter is an elderly woman who is said to occupy a bank of slot machines on the casino floor. She calmly plays 2 games at once as her dress engulfs her in flames. If approached, she disappears. The MGM Grand fire led to new Las Vegas fire regulations that are now some of the strictest in the nation, so that this kind of tragedy would hopefully never repeat itself. Follow for more amazing places.
Weird, creepy shit has happened over the years. And those 86 people, I believe, that he said that were unalived, they still roam the hallways. I had an uncle that worked at Bally's. Hell, I didn't even know they named it the Horseshoe. I stay from down there. We don't go there. We don't talk about Bruno, a.k.a. the Strip, or downtown when you live here. This next video is from the official Vegas account, and it is of a tourist in the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. Just look at the shit that's in there, and I'm going to tell you something afterwards.
gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with the devil. Please be warned, anyone with...
You can pay me to go in that place. I know somebody that actually financed, because they were into this type of stuff, financed a haunted chest from the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum. And she cleansed this chest to restore it and keep her spiritual supplies in it. She did what she was supposed to do, y'all. She covered it with a black sheet, covered it in kosher salt, put the black 7-day candle on there and let it burn out. And at the end of the 7 days, you're supposed to put the salt in a cup, put it in water, and throw it away from your house, right? She did that, except she lived on the second floor of an apartment building, and the water accidentally spilled onto her neighbor's back porch. Not even a week later, her neighbor stops her and says, "Hey, have you been experiencing weird stuff in your house?" And she's like, "No, why?" And the lady proceeds to bring out her security cam footage, and her dogs in the footage are just staring at the back patio. It's ajar. She's getting a nice warm breeze in, and it just slams by itself. Everything in that museum is haunted. And it's not haunted for play. I don't know who pays to fuck around and find out, but I won't be. The next video comes from an account called The Fittest Realtor. And before I even show it, I just wanted to send my deepest condolences to the families of the victims of the Route 91 massacre that happened in 2017. It was terrible here in Vegas. We still, as a city, mourn that night because it was terrible. It was a horrible, horrible thing. So I just wanted to start that off. She's going to be showing us what Las Vegas does whenever they don't want to deal with things anymore.
So I took a trip to Vegas and I stayed at the Mandalay Resort and Casino. And of course I had to try to find the room that the Mandalay Bay shooter stayed in. And this is it. He had 2 rooms. This was the adjoining room, which no longer has a doorknob on it. And the entrance to the other room is completely walled off. If you did not know that there was a room behind this wall, you would never know. It was incredibly creepy and unsettling in this area. Really creepy vibes. If you wait a few moments, you will see what the previous entrance to the room looked like. Previous entrance. Super creepy.
We have so many false walls like that in places that horrible, horrible things happen. We just see Las Vegas, we'll just seal it off and be like, whatever. But what's interesting about that shooting, and the reason why I said we don't believe the old guy who was accused of this actually did this, was because at the same time as that shooting, there was a shooting in other casinos. My mom works on the Strip, and there was another shooting to the point where the employees under her were hiding in the basement. And this was not Mandalay Bay. Take what the information which you will, but all Las Vegas does is lie. They are like that ex-boyfriend that just lies and cover up shit to cover up more shit, and they scrub the internet of everything because they don't want anything to come out. It's either them or the government with this one. But like I said, rest in peace to all the lost souls on Route 91. All in all, this place is haunted as hell. So if you come here, here is what you should and should not do. Because I was going to put a video in here, but hell, I live here, I'll tell you. Please do not be going in our underground tunnels. Stay your ass out of there. Stay out of there. Do not be in the desert late at night doing stupid shit. Be careful whenever you visit the Hoover Dam. Don't drink. Be sober. Please, please, please try to use your common sense. Alright? When you go into these casinos to gamble, please be aware that the seats are big, comfy, and heavy for you to get comfortable, and there are no clocks in any of the casinos. They are portals. They will have you thinking you've been in there for an hour, and then you look up and it's been 5-6 hours. When you come here, you get free drinks if you gamble. I'm going to say it again. You get free drinks if you gamble. They give you spirits to keep you spending money, to keep you docile, doing what they want you to do. It's a trap. Don't do it. If you are sensitive, I highly recommend bringing a smudge stick. Okay? Bring a smudge stick and making sure that your door is securely locked. Smudge. I know most of these casino and hotel windows do not open, but smudge as much as you can. Make sure that you are protected and that your head is wrapped or covered. That is all for today, YouTube. And if you would like me to cover a story, go ahead and email me. I will leave it in the description. Follow the creators, and y'all do good, be good, and stay safe.